Hi, favored ones. Welcome to Soul Talk. And for this season, we're now on season 4. Can you believe it? For the start of the season 4, for this month, all my guests are actually my students. They're in their 20s. And the reason why I invited them is because um, I have observed that they have a different attitude towards things. And it's not necessarily a negative thing, but it's something that I see from a positive point of view. And it's something that every one of us could also learn from. So for our guest today is Nikki Lumontad. Student ko siya sa, my God, ano yun, foundations in math and business. I think that's the course, no?
Business finance, miss.
So business finance. And she's a marketing management student in LaSalle. So let's all welcome her. Hi, Nikki.
Hi po, Miss Michelle. Hi, everyone. So today, I'd really just like to talk about like the video game industry and like I guess what it matter, like how it matters to me, and yeah.
Yeah, kasi one of the things that really got me curious and interested with Nikki is her love for esports. And syempre, di ba yung panahon natin, I'm now 40. Kaka-40 ko lang last November. And sa panahon namin, pag walang esport, it was video games lang yan eh. Computer games lang yan eh. But now, it's really, really different. And she's involved in the esports industry. And of course, I also want to know what made her attracted to it and how she feels about it, what her thoughts are about it, because it has been a very, if I'm not mistaken, it's very professionalized right now. And everything has structure, they have their tournaments. So it's something interesting to know. So let's talk about that, no? Pero yung sa ito yung question ko, yung first question ko, of course, it's about right now. Is that where you pour most of your time and energy? Ano yung mga usual things na ginagawa mo on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I guess right now, like considering how video gaming was before in your time, it really is just like I like to do it, so I do it. I play video games every day. Specifically right now, I'm trying to practice for my org's tryouts for their Valorant team. Valorant is a first-person shooter game, and it's currently one of the bigger growing esports tournaments right now. So yeah, so every day I've been allotting a certain time playing it competitively. Yeah, it's really big. And I guess like before we go into actual esports, I want to talk a bit more about the video game industry as a whole, because it's really gotten much bigger now than it did before, with how great you can utilize it or yeah, make a profit out of it. Because in general, the video game industry has three major things, which is game development, marketing, and monetization. In the monetization, that's where the esports comes in, because there are a lot of professions that you can go into for the gaming industry. That's yeah, part of the game development is the arts and design and the programming. Then the marketing is yeah, the marketing and advertising of it. There's the management. And for the monetization, which I mostly take part in, is the either professional gaming or content creation. Whereas I already started streaming, so I've taken part into the industry, and I've actually gotten to the part like in the website that I'm in. I'm using twitch.tv, and there are 3 levels of it. There's the normal streaming, which you don't get anything out of it, and then there's the Twitch affiliate, which you're granted the monetization. You can have ads on your streams now, and you can receive donations from others. And then the Twitch partner, which is where you have the greater and fuller support of Twitch itself. Like you can get promotional materials. They'll go to you for promotional things. They'll invite you to events and all that stuff. And right now, I've really made the big step because I've reached Twitch affiliate already, so I'm able to turn my streaming into like partially like I guess partially my career. And yeah, I want to turn it more into that. So yeah.
Right, that's eat up on your time. And you're still enrolled in LaSalle. Do
Yes,
you
yes.
nahihirapan ka ba mag-manage? Kasi syempre may mga requirements din, di ba, when it comes to the tournaments, to the orgs, and you're playing competitively. So, kailangan talaga practice rin, di ba? If I'm not mistaken, ewan ko, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, miss. There is a lot of time that goes into it. But I like to think of it as like it's something that I really love to do. And if it's something that if it's something that you love doing, then you should make the time and effort to continue it, to pursue it. So honestly, even before I honestly like school, I like school, I like studying. So it's not really much of a problem for me to balance school life and like my hobby life, which I want to turn into my work life. And it works really well because like I'm taking marketing management, right? And when I get out of college or like when I graduate, I want to look for a job in marketing management in the gaming industry. And I already have a company in mind for it, actually, Acad Arena. So it's all something in line with what I want to do. So yeah. And I guess one of the bigger things or advice that I can give if there are other people that are like me that want to balance their hobbies and study or work life, it's a lot time for it. And when you're in that time, like let's say 7 to 5 p.m., I usually dedicate that to school life, to just school only. I'll only be doing school things then. And then like anything after that, I can reserve for what I want to do. So like video games and all that stuff.
So that's a very disciplined na life. Pero how did you start? Parang ever since ganun na talaga ka-strict. So from 7 to 5, it's all schoolwork. Then after 5, it's allotted for the things that you'd want to do.
Technically, miss, I guess, yeah, it started like that talaga when I was still in grade school and all. Because my principal for grade school was that, that school time is only for school time. Like, that's what my parents told me. School time is for school time. So I don't think I took it the way that they wanted me to do it, because like they wanted me to do schoolwork like even when I was at home and stuff. And I did do that, but usually what I would do is that I do my best to do it in school hours itself. So when I'm out of it, wala na, tapos na. And I have all the time that I can use for everything else. And it
Very
worked.
smart. That's very smart. To
It's
really
yeah.
maximize your time during the school hours para pag tapos na yon, tapos na.
Yes,
Then
po.
you don't need to think about it anymore.
Yes, miss.
So you were trained that way even from your previous school.
Yes po. And it worked well naman for me because I got I got awards. I got honors naman then. And I'm able to like do well with my hobbies then. Not exceptionally well like others. Kasi I know someone then na like na magna cum laude siya, pero he also participated in an international tournament at the same time. Like that's really big, and wala, I wanna try naman din. Pero I'm happy with my pace right now. It's great.
There's contentment with the way you speak. You really seem happy with your setup.
Yeah.
That's sort of mo that you're being supported by your parents in this endeavor. So they're also aware that you're already an affiliate level in Twitch.
Yes, they actually also wanted me to make accounts for them so that they could also follow me there and support. But it never really started like like full support this way, because you know naman, like, di ba before, in your time, ay, nalaro lang yan, di siya nagpo-focus sa studies niya. And admittedly, when I did start going into video games, like, kahit yung mga nasa console lang, nag-slow down nga ako sa studying. Pero ano, that was before I found the right balance for it. And my parents did scold me a lot for it. Like ano, like I would stay up until the midnight and stuff playing instead of studying. And I know that's bad. I realized that was bad nga. And when I was able to more fix it and manage my time naman for schools, I got my grades going back up and I was still able to play happily even with my friends. Na-support naman nila. They said like, bahala na yan. We trust her that she's doing the right thing naman. And
Yeah. Oo, saka kung may awards ka naman, then that also speaks for itself, diba? That you're not really being pabaya with schoolwork. Yung ano, you mentioned that in Twitch, kasi I'm also not that familiar with Twitch. There's also streaming there, diba?
Yes.
What made you start? Kasi not everyone is comfortable to go live and be videoed. Tapos panonorin ng mga tao yung games mo. And I know it's games lang, but then kung nasa competitive sport ka, di naman lagi good yung results, di ba? Minsan may palpak na moves and wrong strategies, and I'm sure it's also applicable in gaming. How did you find your confidence to start streaming and have that goal to be a Twitch partner?
Okay. So it really started out when I was much younger, when I really just saw people on YouTube. Actually, it started on YouTube. I wanted to become a YouTuber, someone who creates videos and content out of gaming. It started out there when I was watching someone play, like this person named Felix Chelberg. He was very funny. His personality shined through more than like the games. So I was really watching more for him. And then the games were just secondary. Like, he's enjoying the game, I'm enjoying it too. But even more so that it's his personality that's coming through with it. And I made the goal that like I wanted to be someone like this, where like no matter what I'm doing, even if I make mistakes in the game and whatnot, people still want to come and watch and stay because it's me. And yeah, I never really got the confidence to start it though, like earlier before, like much earlier than now, because I didn't have a PC. I didn't have like an actual setup for myself. And yeah. And then when the pandemic started, I thought like, okay, this is the perfect time to start. But because everyone was still adjusting to like school life or work life online, I wasn't able to find the actual right balance or motivation to keep going. So yeah. And I guess I found confidence in it when like a lot of people, like a really lot of people told me like when they see me on cam, they ask me like, do you stream? Are you a streamer? And I tell them like, no, I'm not, but I do want to. And they tell me that it's because bagay siya sa akin. Like, it looks like if I was a streamer, I would actually be able to do well with it. And I guess so far I have been doing well with it. And I have those people to thank for, because if there weren't people like telling me, like even just people that don't know me at all, like on first impression, they tell me, bagay ka dito. And then it's something that I have been wanting to do, then I think like, why not? You know, there are a lot of people that are telling me to do this, or like, it would be nice if I did it. And I did want to do it. So, I did it.
Pero ang galing nun kasi not everyone would have actually done it despite the support and encouragement of the people around them. So in your case, did you ever have any doubts or second thoughts about it when you started doing it?
Not really, no. Because I had it, I I think with options or like think with outcomes kasi. So like if I do it and if I become successful, then okay, that's great. That's exactly what I want and I'll keep working for it. But if it doesn't turn out successful, then that's okay. It's not my niche. At least I can say that I tried, diba? So yeah. And I also know someone that like I told them that I wanted to start streaming and then he said like, "Oh yeah, me too." And on that day he started streaming. And I thought like, what the heck? What the heck? He just really went for it. He watched videos on how to do it. So he just started doing it. But I don't really like the way that he did it. And I guess I'm not going to name drop because yeah, it's personal thing. He hasn't really been able to grow with the streaming. And I feel like I was able to learn from that straight up like, okay, this is what he did. I don't think I'm gonna do that because he did it on the spot. And what I did was like from that day, I made the resolve to start working for it. So I actually took time and effort to like build where I want to be. So I didn't just like start out like with nothing, start out from blank. I started with a plan and it's been working well.
So may preparation din.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
not it's not just talaga going blindly into it. So there's a lot of thinking and planning that goes into streaming.
Yes, miss. Opo. Especially like when you want to be a regular streamer, you have to set out a schedule for yourself. At first, I started like just once a week, and then when I was gaining a following or like a small following, I decided to up it up to two days a week. And then when I reached affiliate, I upped it again to 3 times a week. So I stream Monday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings.
Okay. Tapos yung community mo, hindi naman siya Filipinos lang, no? It's
No.
really worldwide.
Yes, po. I've I can make it to just be like Filipino only, but I'm honestly not very adept in speaking Tagalog. And I think I speak better with English too. So yeah. And then yeah. And I guess like the Twitch platform is more inclined towards people abroad because yeah, it is a Western company. Whereas like if I started streaming on Facebook, then I'd have to no, not have to, but like I'd be getting a bigger audience more in the Philippines.
Oh. Actually, yeah. There are times when I see some of my guy friends who would stream their games.
Mm.
Parang ganon din ba yung sa Twitch?
Mm.
Pero you
Like
mentioned that the personality of the player really comes out. How does it come out in when you're playing a game?
when you're playing a game, kasi I started out playing simulator games like Stardew Valley. It's a farming simulator game, so really all you're doing is just like you're farming, you're planting seeds, you're watering them, you go basta you adventure, and it gets really bland and quiet sometimes. So what really happens is that like or what mostly matters there is how you're able to entertain the viewers. So that's where the
Oh,
personality comes through. And then for competitive games naman, not only is it looking at how good you are as a player, if you're a good player, then that's already a bonus thing. People would want to watch you because they want to see how you're playing the game. They want to
yes.
copy your techniques and stuff. But like if you're like me, not really there yet, then just having fun is nice then. Because I've also seen streamers who play Valorant but aren't very good at it, but they're very fun to watch because they're funny and they don't really take the bad gameplays to heart. They work to improve and all that stuff. And it's still good. It's still nice. It's entertaining to watch then.
Okay, that's very interesting. Really a different world. But in some ways, yes. Kasi di lang naman yung games mo ang panonoorin eh. It's also how you reacted, what you would be saying after doing a good play or a bad play. So
Yes.
ang nakakatuwa siya. So it was only during this pandemic times that you started streaming, right?
Yes, it's
What
just this
what
year.
Oo, parang ano yung na-notice mo na changes in your personal life when you started doing it?
Ooh, okay. So changes in my personal life. I guess I'm more conscious of the time, even more so than before, because I like to set my streams to 1 to 2 hours. So while I'm talking, or I guess it's micromanaging things all at once, because I'm looking at like the viewer count, the chat, and also my gameplay, while also keeping in check the time. So while the stream is running, yeah, and I've been able to learn how to micromanage that. Another thing that I guess I noticed was that I became more active on Twitter, because I'm not very good with social media, admittedly, but it's weird because that's what I wanted to get into. I wanted to get into social media marketing. So I guess now is like the absolute perfect time for me to get into it, because I'll be doing it for myself. I'm seeing what works, what doesn't. And yeah, I'm also able to look at like, yeah, what works, what doesn't, what gets people to join me or to get my platform noticed. And Twitter has honestly been really good for that, because there are a lot of communities, like small streamer communities, that get together and then like they just help boost each other's channels up. Like they just say it like, hey, check out this streamer, she's pretty cool, check out this one, he's pretty cool, and all that. So it's all about, I guess, building, not only building a community for yourself, but also building relationships with other communities as well. I've
Very,
become more
very
sociable.
interesting. Oo. Pero hindi ka gano'n ka social ano tawag do'n, parang you're not that active in social media before?
I wasn't, no.
Parang it
I
seems
just,
like
yeah.
ano, you're very observant. You tend to observe things first and then look at, what actually works and apply it for yourself.
Yes, miss. Yeah, I usually like looking at things first. I like being prepared for things. I don't particularly like being thrown, like just thrown into a hot pot and then I just have to survive there. I like to think first and ask about like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to actually see or expect? Honestly, even before this podcast, I was watching the other ones as well, like thinking like, okay, how does this go? Oh, okay, I see. And I have a Google Doc open with like possible things that I can bring up. So yeah, um, I like to be
Very ano,
prepared.
very interesting, nakakatuwa. Yung ano, but of course with this hobby, I wouldn't want to say it's a hobby right now because it seems
Mhm.
like work na rin eh, 'di ba?
I
Kasi you're
guess.
earning from it, right?
Mm-mm.
So it's a hobby that turned into something that you could earn from. What are the lessons that you have learned in this journey? You're, you're managing schoolwork and then even the esports. Tapos,
Mm-mm.
you also have nag-join ka rin ng mga orgs, di ba?
Yes, but
In
two
connection to the
hours.
esports. So, all these things, these are something new and you're a freshman, right?
Yes.
So, what are the important lessons that you have learned so far in this journey?
What I've learned so far is that like, first of all, I have a lot of time. Like when you get down to it, you have a lot of time. When you say that like you have a lot of, like you have a lot of schoolwork, you have a lot of requirements, and then you think like, you look at these and just think like, I don't have time for any of these, I don't have time to play and all that. But then you think, you have to look into your day and then just think like, how much time do I spend on my phone, how much time do I spend like just in bed, just looking at my phone, or just talking to my friends, talking to my people. And then I realized like I I have so much time. Like I spend like this much time for schoolwork, and then uh and then I spend an indefinite amount of time on other things that are just like what, playing games on my phone, watching a series. There's a lot of time to do a lot of other things. And I'm not saying that like what, like doing all those other things that I mentioned are bad. I'm just saying like for me, I realized, wow, I can use this time for something else. And with that, like there are 7 days in a week, that's 24 hours. That's a lot of time that you can spend. And especially with like, I guess it helps with the cell schedule that like it's not tuloy-tuloy, where like each subject is tuloy-tuloy for the students at least. I don't know for the teachers.
Ganun din naman. It's not tuloy-tuloy. Bawal
Tuloy-tuloy
yung
din.
gano'n. Oo.
Okay, yeah.
Or
So
the
yeah,
most is back-to-back na class.
back to back. There are some that are back to back, but like for the most part, it's not always just like you have 4 subjects, just tuloy-tuloy, like 1.5 hours each for those. No, there's time in between. So you can use the time in between to like start doing the schoolwork already. There's time in between to like you get your food, you can eat that time. And yeah, so that's one of the first things that I learned. There is a lot of time. I don't need to stress too much about it. Like if I see like, oh my god, that's a lot of schoolwork, but if you like set it out in like different days, you look at it, the deadlines aren't just in one day, and like they aren't like, okay, I give you this project, you give it to me tomorrow or like today. If it's a project like that, it's always something that's very doable naman. That like if you just set 1 hour or 2 hours to do it, it you can do it. It's done. That's yeah. There's a lot of time for things. And two, um, you shouldn't really burn out. You shouldn't take too much and then burn out. I A lot of people, or no, my partner asked me like, are you sure you want to keep taking on more of these responsibilities? You might burn yourself out. And I had a problem with that before, where in my senior high, I was in I was working for honors. I was the editor in chief for our school paper, and I was still like micromanaging other extracurriculars as well. On top of that, also carrying group works. Group works are difficult, but yeah, what can you do? So I was doing all that, and then like I was really reaching to a point where I was burning out, where like I was doing all of these at the same time rather than just picking a time for them and doing them at that time. So yeah, that's another thing I learned. I shouldn't burn out, or I shouldn't take on too much to burn out. And if I do, then I should take time to just relax, to just like care for myself. Because what's the point in doing all of these things if you're not doing anything for yourself?
Where do you find your energy to do all these things? Kasi parang maraming ang oras, 'di ba? There's a lot of time, but then you're studying from 7 to 5, and then 5 onwards. Since sino ba yung mga kalaro mo, sino yung kausap mo, hanggang gabi ka na din, just hanggang super late na siguro. Where do you find the energy to really sustain all the activities that you have lined up?
Where do I find the energy? I guess it really does just stem from the fact that these are things that I like doing. I really like I like school. I like studying. I like keeping organized. And when I don't have school, like when we were on break or like right now, I like to help organize events and stuff for my friends. So I help organize or arrange things like movie nights. We set a time, then we play together. I like it. And I find the energy in it, I guess, also in the people. Like I have a lot of friends and I have a lot of support from them. My parents support me. My siblings support me very much. I love them very much. I've been blessed to have very positive people that stick by me all throughout the years. But yeah. I guess they're also my energy, as well as just the fact that it's something that I really like to do.
And
Yeah.
it really shows that when you talk about it, there's a glow. There's like a glow.
Thank you.
Where do you see yourself going? Kasi right now it seems like it's you already have that vision, even if that vision is not long term, but it seems like you know the next step. Diba? Parang, okay, after college, parang I already know of a e-gaming company and I could join them sa marketing side. But then you also have Twitch, so nandun ka sa monetizing. And then, of course, given that you'd want also to graduate, parang how do you see your future? Parang, is it really that clear? As of now, it's vivid. Parang ganon.
I guess it's not really like a clear future that I see, but rather just a future that I want to make. So yeah, I think that's also what's important. It's really what you do now, what you make for the future, you feel. Um for the future, I guess what I can see myself doing is more, yeah, it's definitely in this industry, in this line of work, which is, yeah, gaming. Maybe either managing a team or like managing just, yeah, the marketing aspects of a business that goes into the gaming industry. That's really where I see myself. And it's not like I don't see anything in the future. I definitely have my plans. Like, I want to move into an apartment with my partner, definitely. And I have that goal. But how I'm able to monetize that yet, I don't really have it just now. Cause yeah, right now I'm studying. I'm not earning anything I'm not earning big money yet. With the monetization on Twitch, I can definitely earn some sums, but not it's not going to be enough for like the bigger plans or futures. So I still have it's still an open thing. I have something that I want to go to, but I would be fine even if it wasn't that exactly, you know.
Gano'n, ang
As yeah.
galing. Parang ang light lang ng life mo.
I guess. Yeah.
Parang you made it simple. Made it very simple and very very straightforward. Parang, okay, sige, if I do this, okay. If it works out, then good. If it doesn't, okay rin lang. I try. So parang gano'n yung parang gano'n yung nakikita kong attitude na meron ka.
Yeah, because what's the point if it doesn't work out? What's if I'm gonna sulk on it, then okay, I'll let myself feel that. But I also have to remember I have to do something else instead, you know? I can't just be hung up on one thing forever. But if I really, really want it to work, then well, I have to do it. I have to work hard for it. Yeah.
So, one thing I like about you is your ability to act.
Ah,
You act. Gumagalaw ka. You're
yeah.
turning your plans, your thoughts into actions. So you know how to implement it, you know how to execute it in a timely manner. And you, of course, you also prepare. Um, where did you pick up this kind of mindset or this kind of attitude?
Mm, I can say that I picked it up from both my parents, because my dad is really more of the go with the flow kind of thing, and my mom used to be an events organizer, and yeah, when she has something in mind, she wants to really work for it. She was a travel agent, and she has a book, even 100 travel tips in the Philippines. She has a book. It's great. She wanted to write one. She made one, and she takes precautions for organizing events and things, either for she's being paid for the event, or it's just something that she wants to do. She takes consideration a lot of things and then prepares for it. So I get that aspect from my mom, but I'm also more laid back about it. Like if things don't go my way, then that's okay. I'll just think of something else to do about it. And I get that laid back personality from my dad. It's really a mix. Yeah.
Pero ang ganda nun. Maganda nga yung combination na yun na you learn to organize and to work on things, plan on things from your mom, and then you got the relaxed side naman from your dad. So parang nag-mix siya sa'yo. Pero that's a best mindset to be in. Kasi it's always good to be prepared on certain things, on a lot of things. And yet you have this level of detachment as to what the results are going to be, what the consequences are. Of course, as much as possible, gusto natin mag-deliver, di ba? Or maging positive. But then, if it's not, okay rin lang sa'yo. Ang ganda nun. That's the, I would say, the right formula to live a very peaceful life.
Mhm. Yeah. I guess when you say it like that, it is like it's one of the most best and ideal ways of thinking. But of course it doesn't always go that way. I'm only human. I get stressed out sometimes. I get worried or distressed. But yeah. I guess that's where the phrase where like no man is an island can come in, because I always have my partner or my friends just helping me or talking through with me about it. Yeah, they help me. They really help me up when I get down and like it's something that I really can't handle anymore. So I really appreciate all the support.
It's really something to be grateful for, to have that support system. Kasi hindi mo naman, lahat naman tayo, di ba? Kailangan naman natin yun. We're just human. Kasi it seems like you're very goal-oriented. You know what you want. You're clear with what you want. But what's good about you is that your goals are not just dreams. You actually work on it. And not everyone does that. What message can you share so that you could also help others to push them towards their, or to encourage them to work on their goals?
To encourage to work on their goals. I think you have to work on something that you love, and you have to be with people that are able to support you in that, because that's really what's been pushing me forward through all of this. It's really something that I love. I love learning, and I love everything about games, from streaming to playing them to just even analyzing them. And I have friends that are also oriented there. I have academically oriented friends that help support me with the academic life or like my academic struggles. And then I have everyone else there too, like my friends, my group that help support me with my gaming endeavors. It's really about like doing something that you love and being with people who also love you with that.
Naman, no?
Because
But
yeah,
it's really, I'm it's sinking sa akin. So thank you. I'm also processing it. So parang like, oh nga naman, tama naman talaga, di ba? You really have to, if you're going to work on something, there must be love in it. There must be love towards that thing. Kundi mahihirapan ka. And not just coming from you, but also around you, surrounding you. There are people who have that commonality, that love for that same thing as well. So kayo yung nagsusupport sa isa't isa. That's very, very practical, and it's simple, but then also amazing at the same time.
I think it's because it's something that people tend to forget a lot. Where like um they have they when it comes to money, because especially when it comes to money, there are people that forget that um work doesn't have to just be work. It can be something that you enjoy as well. There are a lot of people that forget that. I have friends that forget that, and yeah, I still just try to support them as well. Because sometimes people end up forgetting, like, this isn't something that I want to do, but I really need to do it. I need to work. I need money. I need to support. I need this money to support. But there are ways that you can earn even by doing things that you love. So, yeah, it doesn't always work out for everyone, but I feel like, yeah, when it all starts out with love anyway. So when it's something that you love, you'll be able to really work for it. You'll be able to have that constant motivation telling you, like, this is worth it. This is something that I really enjoy. And yeah, and in time naman, if you don't have the right people around you now, if you just keep sticking to what you love, then the right people will come your way then.
You also found people who supports you online.
Yes.
You were able to find a group of people who actively really supports you online. Could you share something about that as well? Because not everyone could, build relationships
Yeah.
online. But here you are, one of the, parang one who is successful in building friendships or relationships online.
I can't really say that like it would work for everyone, pero I guess one way to start is like looking for a group online that you like finding, it's always finding that commonality. Again, it goes back to love. You love something, like let's say you love reading books. There are a lot of communities online, like in Reddit, in Twitter, in Facebook, that really are oriented about books. So you can join in it. You don't even have to like be super active in it. um you can talk there, or you can just look at other people there. There's always going to be someone, that at least one person, who's going to be welcoming and very open to talking to you and making friends. And from there, I think that's when it starts, when you're able to start building relationships. It's really finding that group that you like, or finding a commonality with the group.
Oh, and I think you have also found that in your org.
Definitely, miss. I'm very happy with my org. I love them a lot. They're all very supportive. Sometimes they go on my streams too. I go on their streams. And yeah, it's a very open community.
Marami kang oras when you
Yeah.
oo, kasi it's not just your streams, but you also go to their streams. Ang dami nun.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to stay in their streams for like the whole 2 hours. There are people that stream up to like 5 hours. And there are
Wow.
even recently, there's a really big Twitch streamer named Tabo, and there's this thing on Twitch which is a subathon, wherein the whole point of the stream is to gain more subs. A subscriber is someone that pays, and it helps your account. So it's a subathon, and it lasted, I think, 4 days, 5 days straight. And he was sleeping on cam, but you don't have to be there for like the whole entirety of that to support them. You can drop by.
Sleeping on cam?
I know, it was crazy. He had other people naman then, like on the stream. Like he has moderators, like stream moderators, that are able to like help entertain the audience as well when he's sleeping. It's funny, but it works and people want to watch it. So I guess it works.
Ganon. It would still generate ba more subs?
I guess so. Because in Twitch, there's a system where like you can buy a subscription for yourself, but you can also gift subscriptions to others as well. So in a subathon, I guess what could happen is that people that really want to support the streamer, they buy more subscriptions and then give it to other viewers that don't have it. Yeah. So it's still it still generates more money too, more subscribers too. It's amazing. You are sleeping on stream.
Talagang gano'n, talagang generous yung mga fans niya to
Yes.
purchase subscriptions and give it to other people who doesn't have it.
Mm-mm. There are a lot of people like that. Yeah. And I guess he didn't really start off just like he didn't start his streaming career just sleeping on camera, of course. He was playing games and then he built a following to a point where like it's a comfortable following where he can sleep on stream and they'll still support him. It's great. And it's good for him.
Grabe, grabe yung gano'n. He must have started really a long time ago kung gano'n. Or talagang yung personality niya, love na love talaga siya ng mga tao.
Mm-mm.
Ang
I think,
galing, ang galing.
yeah, it's
Amazing.
great. It's really amazing. I guess it also plays where like for luck, there's a luck aspect that goes into the entertainment industry. Like definitely. Because like there are a lot of talents all around the world, but obviously we only know a good number of them. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that also aren't able to start like before. When I was younger, when I did want to start streaming or content creation, I wasn't able to start it because I didn't have a PC. I didn't have like a strong enough PC that can carry like very large videos, even more so for me to edit those videos. So I guess I'm also lucky in that aspect, and I always have to thank, yeah, I always have to thank God, and yeah, just be thankful for everything. And I guess with these things that I'm thankful for, it would be a waste if I didn't use them. So yeah.
Oo naman, parang ang galing that you're maximizing whatever resources that you have. Even the time you have, you really make use of it, whether it's for play or supporting others or whether it's for school or not. It's parang ang galing lang at such a young age you're able to fix it in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess also for games, I'm also very thankful that like it's more welcomed now than it was before. Because before it really is like, yesterday I attended an orientation by Acad Arena, basically a company for like gaming. It helps campus esports come to life, and I'm so amazed by that. I'm so thankful for that because it helped make gaming become a more welcoming idea or topic for even the older generations. Like it's not just something that people will scoff at and think like, naglalaro lang yan. Anong silbi ng laro? Pero now like there's so much that you can do with it. You can earn with it. You can build communities out of it. I'm so thankful that it's more welcoming now. And one thing that I took away from that like orientation was like before there were people that were being kicked out of school libraries because they were either playing games on their phone or playing something on the computer or doing something in relation to that, but they're really working hard so that like that doesn't happen anymore. Like it's not seen as something that's just not serious, because it can definitely be something serious, especially with gaming. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm thankful that like there's not only the support from like my family and my friends, but also just like a whole big community support for gaming in general. Because before there wasn't really that much for it, and I'm very thankful to see that like it's becoming a big thing now, or like it's starting to be a big thing. And I'm also really glad that I'm able to be a part of it. Yeah, I'm able to see it through and help it. And definitely when I graduate, I really do want to help it, because I know there are a lot of people out there that want to get into this, but like either their families don't really like it, or yeah, they don't have the resources for it. So I want to help that. Yeah, very
Kasi
thankful.
parang it's kind of pricey to get into gaming. I mean, your gadgets have to be really of mataas talaga dapat yung caliber niya or yung specs for you to be in gaming, di ba? Or at least man lang makalaro ka ng maayos. Kailangan na yung wifi mo maayos, di ba?
I guess, yeah, there are things like that. And honestly, the Philippines doesn't really have the best Wi-Fi, don't have the best specs and all that. Like, yeah, it's difficult. Like even recently, it's only recently that the Philippines was able to get onto a global, like international scene for gaming with Bren Esports, which is now Team Secret. The definitely one of the first Filipino teams that ever made it to an international scene and winning that competition, being able to go to an even bigger plane. It's a big achievement and I'm glad to see it. But yeah, it's just such a shame that like it's only happening now or like recently because yeah, again, before even just the Philippines wasn't able to fully support it because we don't have the best Wi-Fi. Our yeah, our computer parts, our specs are very expensive. I'd I'd say even more expensive than like in other countries. But
Really?
yeah,
Nag-ano ka pala, nag-canvas ka rin ng gano'n.
yeah. Diba I made the project for like the financial plan, and
Yeah.
then in my financial plan was like building a PC. I would look at like the computer parts and how they were abroad, and it's just like, why is it a bit more expensive here? Why is it like that? And I guess,
Yeah, imported.
yeah, imported. That's the answer for it. It's imported, and it yeah. So you do have a point that like it's really an expensive thing to get into, but there are other ways naman that you can also get into it without it being so costly. Like there's Roblox. Roblox is like Minecraft where it's like an open world exploration. You can build in it, you can dress up in it, etc. And it's all free and it's not at all a heavy game. And I know a lot of kids really like to get into it. So it's like a baby thing, a starter thing. Yeah. There are free games everywhere.
Based on my observation, parang it seems like you grew when you entered gaming. You
I
matured more.
I feel like that too, yeah. Because I definitely started when I was much younger, but I was about to say like maybe not because I started gaming when I was what grade school, but then I realized yeah, in grade school that's when I started or practicing the school is school only. School time is school only. If I want to be able to like to be able to one be accepted by my parents as someone that like really likes to play games and to be able to do well in school, I have to set up a time for it. I really have to manage it. So yeah, it's it's a living.
Oh.
I definitely grew from it.
Do you like the person you are right now?
Yeah, I do. With looking at how like things are going, I really like it. There are a lot of people that like me too.
Oo,
So,
kasi
yeah.
sobrang aligned sa'yo. And you bring a fresh viewpoint on gaming. Because me, coming from the older school, parang pag gaming, oh my gosh, parang addiction yan.
Mm-mm.
Something, pang bums lang, ganon.
Yeah.
But you're bringing something new, a new perspective towards gaming. And I applaud you on that, on
Cute.
putting on something to contribute to the gaming industry and helping educate more people about it.
Thank you.
All right. So actually, we have reached the end of our conversation. But I'm so thankful. I'm really so thankful that you've said yes to the invite. And of course, I know na medyo weird. Ako si Miss, ini-invite ako, ano kaya itatanong. But thank you so much for coming here and sharing your experience in gaming and how it has helped you to be the person you are right now. And of course, with the influence of your parents as well, with the guidance of your support system, how you're turning out to be the person that you are right now. And I can see that you're going to do really well. Parang,
Thank
bigla ka
you.
naging affiliate, parang nag-jump ka na. Parang sabi, oh,
Mm-mm.
seryoso to babae to.
Thank you, Miss. I'm really thankful I'm really thankful for the invitation. Honestly, when you asked me, I wasn't really weirded out, but more on I was just thinking like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? But I took the opportunity because yeah, why let it pass? And I'm very thankful that I didn't let it pass. This is a very nice talk, very nice time with you.
Thank you so much. And that's also one thing I admire with the younger generation. Kahit na medyo parang ganon, parang hindi ganun ka okay pa sa umpisa. Sige lang, go lang, di ba? Ano mawawala? Wala naman. So I love that kind of mindset. And thank you for sharing all of those. Of course, your valuable time here in Soul Talk. Di mo lang alam how much the people like me, those who are older, needed to hear these things from the younger people. That's why I always tell my friends, I learn from my students. Every time I talk to them, I learn something from them, and it's coming from something more fresh talaga. So I'm actually grateful that I can share this to my community, and of course, to everyone who's going to watch this. All right, so thank you so much. For the favored ones, for those who are watching this live or on the replay, I hope that you have also gained value from this conversation. Syempre, chill lang naman yung ganitong conversation, but then there's always learnings and something that you can always pick up from these kinds of talks. So I wish you all well, and of course, this will also be uploaded in YouTube aside from our private group. And if this is something that you'd also want to share to others, you could feel free to share the link to your friends. And last, before I leave, of course, I'm opening up more slots for intuitive readings and consultation. So send me a message if you'd want to schedule. All right. So God bless everyone. Take care. Thanks again, Nikki.
Thank you, Miss Michelle. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. And thank you for having me again.
All right. God bless.